Welcome back. Oh my god, that should just show you guys how excited I am to finally be back on my YouTube channel. First of all, just a little disclaimer. Please excuse my voice. I am currently sick. I have a bit of a cold. It's nothing crazy or, bad, but I'm getting over it. But yeah, so I'm gonna sound a little nasally and sick for the for the video. But hey, JCC fam, welcome back. Oh my god, I should be telling myself welcome back. Let's give everybody a round of applause. We got through a whole decade, y'all. We got through a whole decade, and now we are beginning a new one. We're starting a new year, and this year, going into it on New Year's Eve and the actual New Year's Day, I don't know, like, everybody on Facebook was posting like this meme that, or this status, like, so everybody's just gonna wake up on January 1st and doing all this amazing stuff. But like, I literally woke up January 1st and felt different. And I don't feel, this is not a feeling that I've, and please excuse the smoke. I'm currently burning incense right now. It helps me get in the zone. But yeah, so I usually don't have this feeling every new year that comes up. I usually say I'm gonna do this or, plan to do that, and it just doesn't really work that way. 2020, I have a new energy, a new vibe, a new everything. Like, just I'm learning things. Right now I'm in this stage of life where I'm like observing everything. I'm observing people, I'm observing mannerisms, I'm observing my mannerisms, I'm observing my energy in certain times. I'm observing how to go into situations, a little bit better, as far as not emotional but logical. I'm just learning right now. I'm observing and I'm learning. I'm taking note. Literally, I have a notebook. Can't find the notebook right now, but I have a notebook where I just like write notes, and I just literally take my time to read and write and observe. And through my reading and writing and observation and conversation with my fellow cohorts, I found the future. I found the future. And that's going to be the title of this video. Is going to be The Future. I graduate. I finished school, y'all. Okay? I finished my 2 years. My graduation is in May for my associates. Clap it up for me. Clap it up for me. Let me stop. But I graduate in May for my associates. So school is done. And I realized, after graduation, not after graduation, after school was finished, after finals week this past December, I realized that, like, after I graduated, I had a bunch of time to, like, still have a bunch of time to dibble and dabble into other things, and to read a lot more, and to conversate a lot more, and to observe a lot more, and just take it easy, like pace myself a little bit more. And through that, I discovered the future, literally. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's really, really simple, but it's also really, really complex and complicated if you do not know how to manage it. The future, y'all ready? The future is children. Were y'all ready for that one? Because that's what it is. The future is children. And the reason why I'm making this video specifically, I do have a video on my channel about toxic parenting, but this video is going to be a little bit different. I'm not talking about parents so much as I'm talking about the importance of children. Right now in this stage, I see that there's a lot more, actually. It's a new decade. I'm 21. I'm going to be 22 in June. So, the people that are my age, like, we're getting older, and, people are starting families and having kids and, being adults, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like at this time specifically, it's more important now to stress the importance of kids. Like, children, literally, this is the first point that I'm going to start off with about kids. Children literally absorb everything. They watch and absorb everything. They watch, they absorb, they copy. That's what a child is. They watch, they take it in, and they emulate, right? So especially in their very beginning, early development stages where their brain is developing, memories are forming, mannerisms are developing, language is forming, like all these things, these important stages in life and phases of a baby, into toddler, into kid, or, are the most important stages of a kid's life, I would say, because they're watching, they're absorbing, and they're emulating. So if you have negative energy and negative vibes and, a bunch of randoms in and out your house, or, just not the right setting for a child, then you can't really expect much of your child's future as far as positivity goes. Because, like I said, they're watching, they're taking in, and they're emulating. So if they're seeing a bunch of nonsense, what you think the child's going to take in, watch, take in, and emulate? Nonsense. The conversation last night, very great. It was a very great conversation. Oh, man. With my brother Nemo, my sister Michelle, my sister Alasia. We had a very great conversation about children. And the conversation entailed a bunch of different aspects of being a child and the parent-to-child complex. I know I said earlier that this video would be a little bit different than the first video, but they obviously will connect because parent-to-child complex. So parents have this, they do this thing. My sister Michelle that I was talking to you guys about from the conversation last night, she put it in a great analogy, and she said that parents try to mold, their children. They try to mold their children. And when they see that you're breaking out of the mold, it causes conflict, right? I say that to say that shouldn't be the case. There shouldn't be a specific mold for your child because your child is not growing up the same way you grow up. We're in two completely different ages, decades, and it's just not the same situations anymore. Your child doesn't or has not experienced, I don't know if they have, but if they have not, then they have not experienced the same things that you have experienced at their age. You know what I'm saying? So if the mold that you have for your child is to mold them into somebody that you were not, the person that you wanted to be at the age that they are now, and they're breaking out of that mold, it should be celebrated. Why I say it should be celebrated? Because that doesn't necessarily spark or mean a bad thing if the child is not growing into that mold that you're trying to cast for the child. They also said, Nemo, Elijah, and Michelle, they also said, in that conversation that, Nemo said that having parents are artists and children are their art. So when you create a piece, like something like that, thank you, babe, for this poster. I finally put it up like 3 hours ago. But anyway, yes, a piece like that. An artist creates a piece and they don't like judgment and critique, from other artists or from other people that are looking in and, judging and all that stuff. But it hits a different type of nerve when the art itself is judging the artist. Now, I'm going to let y'all sit on that one. I'm not even going to explain it. I just want y'all to sit on that and take from that what you may. Right? So that's the parent-to-child complex that we were discussing last night. It's like children literally will bear the future, this idea of the future that we all have. And if you don't know how to properly communicate, if you don't know how to properly lead, if you don't know how to properly internalize certain things and look into yourself and develop this self. The self is the most important part in a parent to child complex, because if the parent themselves do not know how to manage themselves, they are not going to know how to manage a kid. And then once you have a child and you don't know yourself, you're not going to know your child. You're not going to know how to get to know your child, because you're going to be too busy trying to find out yourself, if you even take that time out. You know what I'm saying? But yes, so the importance of children, it starts with the parent. It starts with the parent. It starts with the self. If you're not able to work on yourself and find things that you see is not conducive to your parenting or to the relationship that you have with your child, then it's upon you. It's not your child's responsibility to fix you. It's not your child's responsibility to react to how you are because that's how you are. No, it is upon you to take the time out to find yourself, unlock your chakras, like channel your energy, find things that make you happy. Like, I know we parents, like, we have this lifestyle, not we, because I'm not a parent, but parents have this lifestyle where, they have to provide. Like, you have kids, you got to provide a roof, you got to provide necessities, you got to provide food, clothes, like, you got to provide, you know what I'm saying? And where their parents are so caught up in providing that they are not necessarily looking into providing for themselves, right? And as selfish as that may sound for a parent to do, if you're not right, if you have demons that you battling and all that stuff, and then your child has demons that they're battling, those demons are gonna conflict. They're gonna take hold of the self, and you're gonna become your demon. And that's actually what happens a lot of times. You become your demon instead of looking into yourself and taking time to be in the dark night of the soul. Without taking time to be in the dark night of the soul and disregarding all the surface slush, this joy, this happiness, this anger, this stress, this excitement, all this, basic feelings that we feel on a day-to-day basis, you got to take time out to be by yourself, literally by yourself, your own thoughts, your own environment, your own everything. Solitude, be alone. Learn how to be alone. Learn how to manage being alone. Learn how to be happy, be angry, be sad, be excited, be hopeless, be hopeful, be proud with yourself. Learn how to be quiet and listen with yourself. Those are the basics of raising a child. Because if you think about it as a child, you're basically like putting yourself off into your kids, because you're molding a person, and you either want your person that you're molding to be like you or to be everything that you weren't. That's really what it boils down to. It's easier to raise a child to be like you than it is to raise a child to be what you were not, because you don't know how to be what you weren't, because you weren't it, right? Doesn't that make sense? If that doesn't make sense, please let me know. Like, I will run it back. Matter of fact, I'm gonna run it back. It's easier to raise a child to be like you than it is to raise a child to be something that you were not, because you do not know how to be what you were not, because you were not it. Boom. That is another thing that I want you guys to sit on and think about too. But like I said, in this age now where everyone's having kids, and I would suggest going to parenting classes. It's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna be, or you're not gonna be looked upon as shameful because you don't know how to be a parent. You're gonna go to a parenting class. Like, go to a parenting class. Learn how to be a parent. Read parenting books. Watch videos. Learn how to be a positive you before you make a positive person. And as far as children go, this is the one point that I'm going to stress as far as children goes. Like, listen to your kids. Be honest with your kids. Be open with your kids. Be receptive with your kids. Apologize. I'm going to say that again.
Apologize
to your kids. Yeah, it may be a little bit wild. You're the parent, and I'm not apologizing to I'm the parent. I'm not apologizing to nobody's to no kid. Yeah, you should. If you hurt somebody's feelings, you apologize. It's kind of the sincere thing to do. If you're sincere about hurting their feelings, or if you even realize that you hurt their feelings, that's another conversation that we gonna have for another time. But be sincere, man. Be genuine. Be open. Be honest. Be positive. Be all the things that you would want your child to be, and your child will be that. And that's as simple as parenting gets. I swear to you. I'm not a parent yet, so I can't really say that it's that simple, but I feel like it is that simple. Like, you literally be a good person, your child will be a good person. Your child will be exactly what you want them to be. Be trustworthy, be open, be honest, be receptive. And children feed off that energy. Children feed off energy, period. Spirits and all that stuff. And I know you guys know that when babies are not feeling it, they will let you know that they're not feeling it. Children are the most honest beings. Well, being a child is the most honest form of a being that there is. Phase of a being that there is. Because people grow up and they lack empathy, they lack sympathy, they lack honesty, they lack trust, they lack loyalty, and all those things, because they're learning to consider and think about other forms of opinion, or filtering other, different aspects of life in which they can't be so loyal, in which they can't be so trustworthy, they can't be so open, they can't be so honest. And that's not good, because that means that you're not being true to yourself. And if you're not true to yourself, you will never, ever, ever raise a child to be true to themselves. I'm gonna make a part 2 of this video, because there's so much other things and topics that slip my mind to discuss in this video. But I'm gonna say this. Right now is the time for us to learn how to be better people. Before you have a kid, please work on yourself. If you are broken, you will have a broken family. And I say that with 100% guarantee. If you are broken, a broken family will come from you. And that's point blank, period. So work on yourself. Work on your energy, your positivity. Work on being the best form of yourself that you can be. And you will raise the best form of yourself, or the kid self that they can be. It's cycles. Parenting is cycles. Children is cycles. Relationships, friendships, all that stuff is cycles. They are cycles. And if you do not know how to fix it in the first cycle, the second cycle, it's going to repeat. Right? So thank you so much for tuning into this video. I know it's been such a while. It's always been a while before I record my next video after the previous one. But I promise you, as I said earlier in this video, new vibes, new energy, new ambitions and drive and all that stuff. I got y'all with another video before the next month ends. Before February ends, I will have another video. I'm going to do my best to make these videos monthly, to make my content monthly. That's the goal that I'm going to set for myself. Another goal I want to set for myself as far as my channel goes is I want more interaction. I want you guys to interact with me. I want you guys to talk to me, man. My comment section is open. I'm a very open person. I don't bite too much. No, let me stop. I don't bite. Talk to me, guys. Let me know what topics you want to hear, and let me know any collaborations you want me to record a video with somebody. I actually have something in the works right now February's episode is going to be exciting, but this episode is even more exciting because it is the future. Like I said, this is the future. Children are the future. They're the most important part of the future because the future will come from them. And as long as you understand that, it'll be better for you to build your foundation for your kids right now, before you have them, or while they're still young. You know, it's never too late to start working on yourself. But I want you guys to have that takeaway from this video. And as always, Black people, I love the out of y'all.